Hi, debugging. So I made a video about a lot of programming, but I never made a video about debugging, and that's a problem because debugging is really important. So I'm now making a video about debugging. But what is debugging? Well, debugging is solving bugs. What are bugs? No, they are not the insects. We don't mean them. We mean when a program is not doing what you expect it to do, that's a bug. That's a problem, that's a bug. Why do we call it bugs? Well, in the first computers, there were bugs that flew in the first computers and then caused problems, and that's why we call them bugs. That's actually a real story. But anyways, let's debug. Well, first of all, if you are creating a program, you don't want to be debugging all the time. So how can you prevent this? Well, you can prevent this by using defense mechanisms. Things like incremental development. Like, what is that? That's basically when you start small and make sure that your small program is working, and then add to that program, and then add further and further and further. And then your program is basically like updating, you are upgrading your program the whole time, but you are always upgrading a working program. So when you have a bug, you know that it's because you upgraded it, and you don't have to search your whole program, and you will have less bugs, which is great. That's one way, but you can also do like these little print statements. Print statements are basically like when you say to your computer, print this word in like a function, then you can print out what the function is doing, and then you can easily see what your function is doing, what your code is doing, and then you can see where it goes wrong. Those are really handy. You can print the outcomes of functions, you can print everything, which makes it more clear, and you will see what your program is doing, and then you will see bugs. What else? Defensive programming. If your language supports it, because not all languages do, then you can basically use try-catch statements like defensive programming. It's a whole topic on itself. I'm not going to get a lot into it because this is a short video, or trying to be a short video. So that's a whole topic for later. Also, internet and its code. It's great. You are looking for a solution for your problem, you look it up on the internet, and there is the perfect solution for your problem. Like right there, you copy and paste it, solved, right? No, this is like a big cause for bugs. If you do this, you don't understand the code, you didn't read the code, you just copy pasted the code, so you can't correct the code. And that's a huge problem. If you have bugs later, or if you use that code in the wrong way, then you have bugs. That can really, like, the presence from the internet can really blow up in your face, like for real. So what kind of bugs are there? I am going to divide the bugs into 4 categories. You have like syntax errors. The error message will say, here is your bug, solve it. And that's easy. Those are the easiest errors ever. For instance, when you forget your semicolon, then the computer will say like, add that one here. And then you add it. That's really easy. Then you have like typos. I don't like them. A typo can be like a variable name you typed wrong or something like that. Typos that are not seen by the computer, so you have to look for them. Those are really annoying. You just have to look for them. Then you have implementation errors. If you use the library wrong, or a function wrong, or anything you used wrong in your code, that's an implementation error. You also have logical errors, which it means that your logic is wrong. Sorry, not so sorry. Your logic is wrong, and you should work on your logic. Anyways, if you can find those errors, you can solve them. If you can find what's wrong with it, how you should implement stuff, or how you should correct your logic. If you find what's wrong, you can find it, and then you can easily solve it. But how do you find it? Well, first of all, let's start with debugging. Step 1. The function of a rubber duck.
Tell me, what exactly is the function of a rubber duck?
Well, let me tell you. So, you're gonna basically explain yourself what is wrong with your program. And a lot of programmers say that you have to talk to a rubber duck. I know, it's weird, but that's the function of a rubber duck. So, you're basically gonna take something. You can take a bottle or... You can take a bottle or a pen or anything, and you talk to it and you explain what is your problem, what is exactly the problem. If you can define the problem, then it will be easier to solve. Step 2, find the problem. So you know what the problem is, now you have to locate the problem, you have to find the problem. How are you gonna do that? Few steps. You can use tools or friends if you have any. Basically, you are gonna let tools read over your code and try to error check, and maybe they find it for you. Or you can go to friends and say, do you see what's wrong with this code? And maybe they find it for you. You can also simplify your code. How do you do that? Well, if you have a function and it does multiple things, maybe you can put something like into comments. The computer doesn't go over that, and then you can easily locate your error, because if the error is still there and you just commented something, then your error is not there. Backtracking. If you have like an incremental progress on your program, then you can begin with backtracking, because backtracking means that you are gonna look back on what you did and since when is that error there. It can be that the error was always there and that you didn't see it, but it can also be that you just programmed the error. So you are gonna look back on what you just did and then go back, and then you also know where the error is. Breakpoints, also perfectly ideal. Breakpoints. Those are those little things. In most programs they are red steps. You can breakpoint on a line of code, and then your program will run until they come to that breakpoint and then break. And then stop and pause and show you like, I'm here. Here are the variables. That's perfectly ideal if you have a function and you know like somewhere here it's going wrong, then you can put a breakpoint there and then see what, oh yes, it comes to here it's perfectly fine, but at this point it's not fine anymore. Breakpoints, ideal, use them. So those are ways to find your bug. If you have found your bug, then you have to solve your bug, and that's basically problem solving, which is also a video for later. I hope you understand my video now. This is a really easy and simple video. I'm going to explain you why I am making these easy videos in a second. But anyways, if you have questions, leave them down below. If you have suggestions, leave them down below. I'm gonna stop myself there because I took 10 minutes of footage explaining what's wrong. It's my voice. I hate my voice, and I'm not gonna listen another 10 minutes to my voice. I hate my voice, I hate my hairline, and especially in that video, I hate seeing some stuff. It's bad. I hate editing. I've always hated editing things with my voice in it, so I don't like to do it. And I'm not gonna force myself all the time because I don't like it. I've been struggling with it. I've been procrastinating with it. It's bad. So listening to my voice, no. If I want to animate stuff, I'm gonna even listen more to my voice, which, no, it doesn't work. It's hard. It's, I can't do it anymore. I'm working on my voice. I'm still making videos, but if you can't edit that well, your videos are long and boring, and that's hard. I want to make shorter videos, I want to make quicker videos, so I'm working on that. I'm working on stuff so I will like editing more. I'm working on it. If you want to see what I'm also doing and what I like to do, go to my Instagram, because there I have my drawings, and it has nothing to do with programming, but that's what I also like to do. I like to draw, I like to talk, I like to write scripts. Editing is just really hard for me now. I'm working on it. I'm not leaving this channel behind. There are gonna be more videos. Just now there are less videos and less and less and less, but it's gonna grow eventually. If I like my voice again. Yeah, that's it. This is like 2 minutes. Great. I have to listen for 10 minutes to my voice again. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe. Next video is probably about computer graphics because I'm learning that again. So yeah, until next video.